What's up, people? Welcome to the 37th episode of the News That Matters, where I tell you some interesting and fun news and some news that I think may matter to you, as most news channels broadcast bullshit. News number 1 is a bit scary for me and for many of the children aged 17 or 18. Yes, tomorrow is the day of the class 12th CBSE results. The announcement was made earlier today and it came as a bit of a surprise for everyone, as usually CBSE declares the result dates a few days before the result. Well, if you gave the class 12 CBSE board exam this year, you can check the result from the CBSE website, or you can check it the easy way this year from the Google website itself. Google partnered with the CBSE board earlier this year to make it easy for the students to stay up to date on the latest announcements and developments regarding the board. So you can easily check your result using Google tomorrow. Well, how much percentage are you expecting? Tell me down in the comments below. The next news is also a bit scary, but it is for a genuine reason. The honest journalists and media in our country is no longer safe and faces death threats almost every single day. The United Nations itself has called out the Indian government to provide the highest safety to the independent journalist Rana Ayub, who authored the book Gujarat Files. She has been critical about the BJP, and the book Gujarat Files gives an insight of how Modi and other BJP members were involved in causing the Gujarat riots of 2002. She has been receiving death and even rape threats, and thus even the United Nations felt worried about her. But asking BJP to protect her is just like asking Vijay Mallya to protect the money in Indian banks. It never bodes well. Not only her, but the NDTV journalist Mr. Ravish Kumar also revealed earlier today that he has been receiving death threats and threats to his family for about a month now. He even told that the people behind the threats openly claim that they want to kill him just because he is critical about the BJP. So now, can you all see the clear picture? All those who are critical against one party are either being murdered like Gauri Lankesh or are on the verge of being harmed like Ravish Kumar. The Jumla party has already bought most of the news houses, but the ones it couldn't buy, it wants to eradicate them completely. Seriously, no citizen in this country is safe at the moment unless they surrender to the extortion by the murderous Jumla party. I mean, when even the United Nations start getting involved, we all can understand how big the problem is. Well, the next news is about a PIL that has been filed, and it asks a very good question indeed. Why does the Supreme Court work for only 193 days per year? It also says that according to the rules of the court should work for at least 225 days, but it takes way too many holidays. Well, it's actually a neat observation. Currently, there are more than 60,000 pending cases at the Supreme Court level, but still it takes 45 days off in summer, 15 days off in winter, and stays closed for all the festival holidays. It should also be noted that the High Court works for about 210 days and the Trial Court works for 245 days a year. That makes the Supreme Court the least efficient court right now. Well, considering all the pending cases and the super long time it takes to clear them, I guess the Supreme Court should start working for a few more days. And also, the country has a grave shortage of judges at every level of judiciary, and that also is one of the main reasons of all the pending cases. Well, what do you think about this matter? Tell me down in the comments below. The next news is about the Jumla party and how it is trying to save its head from the bullets of logic and reason that are being fired at it amidst the price hike in the country. The entire country and all the experts are demanding that petrol and diesel should be included under GST only, but the petroleum minister is still trying to avoid this. Recently, he said that though including petrol and diesel in GST will surely reduce the prices, it is not the only solution possible, and there are many other ways of reducing the fuel prices. Seriously, even the center knows that fuel will get super cheap as compared to the current price if it is put under GST, but we all know that if that happens, BJP's revenue will fall. I mean, of course, for a country like India, the only thing we need is for a Jumlebaz party to build its offices and statues with taxpayers' money, right? Well, seriously, BJP has destroyed more of the country in just 4 years than Congress did in 60. We really need to get rid of this pest from the country. Well, the next news comes from Mumbai, which will get 436 dewatering pumps installed across the city this year very soon. and it is for preventing the water clogging and flooding that the city faces almost every year during monsoon. Mumbai faces some of the worst monsoon in the country, and it hinders the city's speed and also destroys many of the city's resources. This development will surely help to keep the city a bit safe from the monsoon this year. The Bombay Municipal Corporation has also listed 17 spots in the city where flooding is very likely this year due to monsoon. Well, let's hope the city maintain its speed in this monsoon. Well, now let's have some tech news. Motorola may unveil its Moto Z3 Play smartphone on June 6. The company recently sent out press invites for an event in Brazil this year, and the reports claim that the successor to the Z2 Play could be unveiled in that event. The Z3 Play smartphone is likely to have a Snapdragon 636 processor, dual back cameras, 4GB of RAM, and a 6-inch AMOLED display. It is very likely for the device to be unveiled in that event, as last year too, the Z2 Play was launched in June only. Well, if the pricing of this device hits the sweet spot in the Indian market, it could be really good device. But a Snapdragon 660 processor would have been more attractive to the users. The next news is from Facebook, which is planning some major developments in its app for India. Facebook is working on a feature currently that will reveal the person or the body behind the posts or campaigns of political nature. To put simply, you will soon be able to see which group or party is paying for the posts on Facebook that have something political or controversial in nature. Well, it will be really good as we will be able to know if the post on Facebook is just a propaganda of a particular party or ideology, and also to identify the threats to the country's integrity. The last news for today comes from Huawei, which has launched its new Enjoy 8E smartphone in China. The device basically is a garbage phone. It has a MediaTek 6739 processor and 2GB of RAM, and its Chinese price translates to about 8,500 Indian rupees. I'm telling you about this just so that you can be safe from this shit phone if it launches in India at this price. Well, this was all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the News That Matters. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more.